NASCAR. Do you like a Tribe Called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you'd love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like guns? Do you like butter? Well, you're gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Yo, what's good, son? You like pit bulls, say? You like solving Sudoku puzzles? Then you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Hey, buddy, if your car making a sound like this, you might want to get you some power steering fluid and check out the Urban Conservative podcast.
Are you repulsed by the idea of drag queen story time at your local library, but enjoy Carol Baskin TikTok memes? Then you would enjoy the Urban Conservative. Do you want to slap your boss and then go home and make yourself some golden brown pancakes covered in butter and freshly made warm boysenberry syrup? Then you'll love the Urban Conservative. Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for the Urban Conservative podcast. It's a Monday night. You are in the place to be. Shout out to my twin brother, Abdul Ali. And before we get into the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you know we got to do the plug. We got to plug what we got to plug. We got to pay the bills. Very, very important event coming up. We need y'all to make sure if you are in the Charlotte area, please pull on up to this Politics in the Pulpit, How the Church Can Save America. This is a very, very important event. Shout out to Dr. Paul Brentley, pastor, author, NC Faith and Freedom Ambassador. This event's going down Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, 11 a.m. through 1 p.m. For more information, make sure you visit this website that's on your screen. That is Ali for Congress. That's my twin brother, Abdul Ali. He was running for Congress in North Carolina's 12th Congressional District. It's time to elect somebody that comes from the culture, that knows, what we go through as a people. Make sure that our kids can read. Make sure we have upward economic mobility in the district. It's time to get Alma Adams up out of there. Make sure to visit Ali for Congress. And of course, hit that donate button. We asking everybody if they can. If you got it, chip in $24 so we could do more in 24. That's what it is. So shouts out to my twin brother, Abdul Ali. Make sure y'all support that entire movement right there. And also, I got to give a big shout out to all of the folks out here in Suffolk County. Y'all been, doing your thing out here as far as getting out volunteering for these races. So much, much appreciated. Hope everybody's having had a good Memorial Day weekend. And before we get into this interview, I have to say thank you to those who served and made the ultimate sacrifice to keep our country safe. Without them, we wouldn't enjoy some of the freedoms that we have. So to all of those military families, to all of the people that have lost loved ones in the military, we salute you. We honor you on this Memorial Day 2024. And, like I said, if you want to support the podcast, you can head over to tuconservative.com. That is the website where our mission is to present conservative policy ideas and values to our urban centers and to preserve and really integrate our hip hop culture into politics and things of that nature. Tonight, we got an interesting interview. And to be honest with you guys, I was excited to do this interview. As y'all know, we're big on entrepreneurialism. We're big on and making sure that the communities have places to go to express themselves. Art, hip hop culture, hip hop music is a big part of what we do here at the Urban Conservative. So for the first time coming to the platform, I'd like to introduce the good brother Smartz, who is co-owner of the Multiverse studio, part of the Usual Suspects Productions. Credits include My Song, Fred the Godson, R.I.P., Pat Pooch, Jacquet, Mr. Papers, Remy Boy, Monty, Styles P, Tilly Bob, a whole bunch of other people. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Smartz to the show. I got to get my Jamaican noise thing. Well, welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for taking the time on this Memorial Day. How you, man?
I'm well. I'm all right. How you doing? I hope you enjoyed, the past couple of days. I know it rained a little bit, but I made the best of it. Today, I stayed in the house. Yesterday was the festivities. We just, chill with family, barbecue, the usual.
Right. I,
Today was
I I put together a barbecue, my first grill, my first barbecue grill. I put it together on Saturday. So, oh no, on Saturday, and we grilled yesterday. So that was a project and a half, but we did it. We succeeded. We got it going. You know what I mean?
So you mean to tell me all this time you haven't assembled a barbecue grill? Like this is your
Nah.
really?
Yeah, the first one, first time. Yo, Rod A and to Peace B. Yo, so shouts out to Heather. We got it done. You know what I mean? And we was a little nervous with the propane tank and all of that. You know what I mean? But we got it
Yeah,
done. You know,
yeah.
we had bought one that was like pre-assembled. Matter of fact, I'm lying. It wasn't even. We bought it used off of like Facebook Marketplace or something. So we ain't have to put it together. But you know how we get. Yo, look, we
Yeah.
left it outside in the rain. We ain't buy no cover for it, so it rusted out. And then we went like 5 years just going to other barbecues, but that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gave it up. But look, introduce yourself to the audience. Let people know the backdrop. I gave you some of the credits, but let people know who Smartz is, and just give us the backdrop about the Multiverse Studio.
Okay, well, my name is Marcus Maxwell. Everybody calls me Smartz. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, by the way of Anniston, Alabama. So I got some country and some city in me, and I've been involved in doing music my whole life. My dad was a DJ. My mom always encouraged me to like just express myself. So my grandmother was a choir director. So I've just always been involved in the music. And so ever since from the time I was 19, 20, I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. And, just like all of us, tried college, tried that, and then just jumped out there feet first and started doing production. So early 2000s, I was just running around like everybody else. Um, doing music, working a job, became a father, what I'm saying, of two beautiful kids. And then so after a while, you gotta start thinking outside of the music industry. In that sense, I made a lot of amazing relationships. So I shifted into like being a professional. So I guess over the last few years, I've learned how to do business administration just by default. And then I began to help artists on outside of the productions and the credits that that you mentioned. I began to just kind of build with artists on the ground level. I kind of stepped away from trying to be the biggest and bestest and
Mm,
you know out there and just work with the things that I can control. So I began to mentor artists. I began to give people. I always found myself as a center for information and giving insights and consultations and all those things. So that's why people started to call me Smarts. So I would have ideas. People would always come to me with their issues, and I've just always become that person, that entity, or that bedrock for people to. How do I start this? How do you do this? If I didn't know, I went to go get information. That's just who I am. Out at the core, I'm a professional, so I know how to do research. I know how to write. I know how to talk that talk. I know how to speak the language when I'm in the boardrooms. I've worked in legal environments. I've done consultations for banks, Ivy League. I'm talking like
mm.
doing circles around Ivy League graduates. In the real world, in the professional sense. And I never had a college degree, so it's not nothing to brag about it. But it's just I've just always been a worker, survivor, a grinder, and being able to adapt. So I have multiple talents, and I use them all.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So the Multiverse Studio is my latest business that I made with my two partners, Nate. My boy Nate and my boy Jers. We were all artists coming up, and we got tired of paying studio time, and we all came together. We called ourselves the Multiverse Studios because we do three different things. And Nate is a engineer, producer, writer, singer. Jers is a manager, artist, and then I'm the producer and an engineer, business, like executive, and then so we all came together, and then we started Multiverse Studio. and we began to see a void for people to be able to come and express themselves and build. So we began to open out. We have a it's a studio slash um, event space in
Mhm.
East Orange, New Jersey, and so we can entertain up to 100 people. We knew the community. Certain event spaces, they overcharge families to come and enjoy themselves. So we saw a void for the community there because we have this recording studio and we have other assets and income. We were able to price the our events right just so we can serve the community in the sense of being able to get together in the same space, not kill your pockets, and everybody can celebrate their birthdays, their baby showers, etc., etc. Then on top of that, we just saw a void for a place where people can come consistently and get their chops up. So every Friday we do an open mic. We have live instruments. We have live band come through, full band, drums, keys, bass, guitar, um, and then background singers. And then we have our host. His name is the Music Prince, and we allow artists to come and just perform, whether
Mm.
it's spoken word, poetry, comedy, and music, and they can play anything. So every Friday we do that and just give people the opportunity to perform in front of an audience that's coming to seek new talent, and to seek uh, and give people help and insights on what they could do better, because that's missing. That artist development piece has been missing from the game in a long time, and this black culture and this music culture specifically in East Orange, Newark, that's this area, and people come from the city as well. But that's been missing, and everyone just wants to jump out in the game and be pros, but they don't have that stage presence, they don't have that
Right.
performance, they don't know how to control the crowd. And we bring them in and we allow them to do whatever it is they wish, and then we give them feedback. If I see an artist that I really like, I'll walk them to the back, I'll show them the studio. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, not
Right.
only come here and perform, you can come in and get some, high level recording and high quality mixes. So we've become that for the area.
Dope, dope. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here kicking it with Smartz from the Multiverse studio. We're gonna be right back. We gotta pay the bills. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come right back after this quick message.
Bob Kago was the guy that whispered in Biggie Smalls' ears to take rap serious when he didn't want to rap no more, and he was down south getting money. He's in the pictures with Mark Pitts and Biggie. It was me, Mark Pitts, Biggie Moms.
And my man Stu, he had an independent label out of the Bronx named DFL. That's where me, French Montana, Fred the Godson all got our starts from.
Young Frenchie, because people don't even know that name. Then when you say French Montana, they'll know.
Yo, this is Big Stu, I'm back again. I'm proud to introduce the young gun of DFL, my boy Young Frenchie. Let these niggas feel that real Bronx shit, homie.
Young Frenchie right here. Big Stu, chance of a lifetime. Down for life till we die, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you tapped into the Urban Conservative Podcast. Shouts out to my partner, Big Stu. Shouts out to DJ Superstar Streets over at the Streets Needed. Want to remind everybody every Friday, make sure you check out our interviews on the Streets Needed. Last week, we talked with Tilly Bob. Shouts out to the brother Tilly Bob. Great interview. I watched that back. Really, really dope, brother. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the challenges you kind of faced as a black entrepreneur in the industry, and talk to the folks a little bit about that, because I know I've been in the music industry myself and trying to start a business and try to do things. Talk a little bit about that building process, and maybe address some of the challenges, if any, if you had any. Maybe it's been smooth sailing, right? But
Nah.
talk a little. I didn't think it would be, but talk a little bit about some of the challenges you face, and then for those that hear this that want to get into business, right? Talk to them a
Yeah.
little bit about how to overcome some of those challenges.
Well, I think with just the circumstances that we all get into, there's always people that come to you. They say, I'm doing this. You can do it as well. you know, and they don't ever tell you the pitfalls of whatever it is that they're doing. So a lot of entrepreneurs get caught up in other people's ideas or other people's visions of business or business that they should grow or they should do. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you want to do marketing? I can help you get your marketing up. I can help you. I've been doing this for this amount of time and you can come in, you can do the same thing." And a lot of people go into the mindset that, "Okay, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. This person that's mentoring me or this person that's walking me through this process is doing well, so I'm going to do well." And so one of the first challenges that I got hit with was that's not true, right? And information is, the king. That's the best thing that you need. So it's like you got to know how to do research, or you're going to learn the lesson the hard way. So a lot of times with entrepreneurs, there's a certain level of freedom that comes with it. There's a certain mentality like I can do it, I got this, and we kind of find ourselves going by the way of doing things on our own in our own way, and don't realize that there's a template, and things can be a whole lot easier. And so, as an entrepreneur, you hit that time and time and time again. So I would just say anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, do the research on the business that you're going to go into. See what rules are out there, what regulations are out there, what resources there are for you to help you build your business, as well as learn from the mistakes of other people.
That's
that
big right there. That's
Learn
big.
from other people's mistakes, because you think you can watch something happen to somebody else and you think you can do it better, and or it's not going to happen to you. Learn from other people's mistakes, ask questions, and it's just information. So me, yes, I've had every challenge under the sun, to having to catch up, being in debt, trying to build a business, falling into a money pit, starting a business and losing, and just having to just dissolve it and start again.
Right.
um, and it comes from all those things. This is a multi-billion-dollar market, and there's a lot of room for you. There is room for you, but as us, as black people, we don't have the information and the rules, and the discipline is not instilled in us to do research and not just go with our gut every time. It's just do the research, um, find out what step A to step B, and then once you're in, you can streamline and get innovative. Don't try to be an entrepreneur and be innovative out the gate unless that idea solves a problem. If I'm making any sense.
No, it makes absolute sense.
Okay.
Makes absolute sense. And I say this a lot of times to people, and I'm really happy you stress research. I've gotten to do research for PhD people, actually PhD level researchers, and the reality of it is that as a people, we are very emotional sometimes, and we, like you said, we like to move off the cuff, and we tend to do the research a little bit too late sometimes, and that doesn't matter what aspect of life we talking about, that whether that be politically, in business. So I appreciate that, and I hope folks take that to heart, that, like you said, research is king. I want to go back a little bit and talk a little bit about the music side of things, because you guys do have a dope list of credits. And as somebody, I consider myself not only as a producer, but as a fan of the culture and a fan of the music, right? What is your creative process in the studio like? Let's say you come into approach making a beat or producing a project. Talk to us a little bit about approaching that creative process. What's that like for the usual suspects dealing with an artist?
So there's three of us, and so you're going to get a different vibe, a different process with each of us. But with me specifically, I have conversations with the artists. I don't email beat packs.
Stop. I need my noise sound. If I need my yo, I hold up.
Okay.
Yo, I need to slam something right now, because I'm glad. You gotta email me the beat. No, sir.
Nobody.
Absolutely not. We gotta talk and figure out what we even going to the studio to accomplish. What is it you want to say? What's the all right, carry on. I'm happy you said that. Because I don't do that neither. I just go ahead.
Beat packs. I wouldn't care who you are. People tag me in all type of tweets. Meek Mill just sent out the tweet, I need beats. The artists that I work with tag me. I'm like, bro, I don't send beat packs. Right under the tweet. Like it's like this, man. It's like this. I fell into the industry thing. Yo, let me hold that. Let me do this. I'll get back to you. And you never get feedback. And as a producer, artists require their type of feedback. Producers, we require our type of feedback, right? I take my time, my energy, my intellectual property, my expression, and I put it in this sound and I send it to you, and you never tell me if it's good, if it's bad. You don't send me a snippet. If you just sent me a voice note with the beat on it, I would be happy. You don't Artists don't send anything because I can get to it, and then you a year later or whatever you decide you fall onto a beat. Do you respond to me? I got tired of that, and I just felt like artists were taking. They were taking, and artists know how that feels to be taking. Well, producers feel the same way. So what artists feel from their fans or from their people, I feel like I'm giving you all this and I don't get any feedback. They don't like my tweets. They don't support me. They don't show up to my shows. They don't do this for me. All the artists that go through that, producers feel that way when we send you beats and you don't give us any feedback. So to protect my sanity, my peace, I stopped sending beat packs.
I need an applaud noise. I gotta step up I gotta go get the other little thing I have. Yeah, we need the noises, bro. Like I get approached to do projects, and It's like, all right, well, when are we getting in the studio? Oh, you can't just send me some beats? No, because that's not producing for you. That's beat making and production, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but production to me, with the level that I've produced for and written for, I need to be in the studio with you. We need to talk. I need to find out what's going on in your life and what we are writing about. What sounds correspond with what you dealing with. What's the rest of the album sound like? Let me hear what's this is accompanied around. And I get told that that's being difficult. Nah, you could just send me beats. I can't. That's not how I work. It's just not how I work. I just appreciate you for saying that, man. I really do.
There's a difference when for example, I listen to beat selections on certain artists, right? And you know that the artists that want the beat packs wouldn't select the beats that you hear the best records on. Like a lot of the real good records that last, a long time. Like I could just bring on one beat that always comes to my head. Humble, sit at Humble, right? Kendrick Lamar, Humble. The beat is so simple, right? It's a simple beat. You can email that to any one of those artists that want a beat pack. They would have never picked that beat.
You know what? It's funny. I said the same exact thing about, and I'm going to use a classic. Nobody would have ever picked the Clips grinding beat. No one would have ever, if you send that, no one would have ever picked that. Like, what's that noise in the beat, bro? Yo, this going, yo, what's the snap?
It never happened.
But it takes a producer, right? And I think there's and you tell me how you feel about this. I think there's a difference between, and I'll say us as producers and beat makers. There's a difference. As a producer, I'm going to deal with the entirety of the record. That means I'm going to critique the writing. That means I'm going to critique the arrangement of the record. That means I'm going to critique the mix, and I'm going to produce something. Now, anybody can just go buy a beat pack and a wave pack and load waves and match up samples. That's not production to me. Am I off?
No, that is correct. Hold on. My partner, Charlie Rock, is in the comments. I just see him. Jim, my other partner. So I make businesses with my friends. So I have business partners, and they in the chat now. They loading up the chat. So you got Jim there. You got Charlie Rock. You know what I'm saying? Those are my partners. I got a business. I got a NFT business called Pigeons in New York with Jim, and then Usual Suspects. That's the other third. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Teddy Bear Jers. He popping up right now. He's my partner, Multiverse. So they supported my family. But anyway, I'm sorry. So yeah, my bad. Back to the conversation. So Yeah, it's like when you sit down with an artist and you have a conversation with them and then you get to know them, then they can get the drops. Then you can send them the beat packs because then you know you're gonna get something back because there's a synergy, there's a relationship. But right out the gate, I don't know you like that. I don't really know what you want. It's a conversation. So I usually invite artists and I invite them to me and I invite them to the studio. And if you're serious, you know, then you'll come and then you'll hear the music and then you'll hear the beats. And then I'll run through different records that I made for different artists. And I say, yeah, we had this conversation and this is what we made. We had this conversation, this is what we made.
Mhm.
And 9 times out of 10, they want to work.
Right. Let me ask you this. Do you think the advances in technology, right? I'm a firm believer in I hate that everybody got a studio. I wrote a rhyme, right, the other day. In the rhyme, I said something about I almost want to play it for you. Just I said I hate that they let you niggas have mics. I said, like I hate that they let y'all have microphones because
niggas money.
they should have never did it. And that's literally the bar. It was like, right, why they let y'all in the studio if you're not gonna if you're gonna treat the craft, because to me it's a craft. It's like I feel like there's an art form to making music, right? And do you feel now that the technology is kind of taken away from that art form? Or is it embellished it more?
Nah, if you got it, you got it. If you don't got it, you don't got it. So there's some people that there might be some handicaps, that's out there, and the technology helps even the score, I would say. But if it's helping people feed their families, you know what I'm saying? They I don't really have an issue. What I have an issue with is people not using the technology to self-express. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're using the technology to sound like everybody else and to just ride a wave when you can literally just carve out your own lane with the technology. Because me, like I can't, I don't read sheet music, right? I used to, but I don't. A conductor may look at me like, or your average musicians that can look at a piece of sheet music might look at me as a producer and be like, you don't know music theory, you don't know this, you don't know that, you don't know this, you don't know that. But I got a keyboard that can give me the chord progressions that I need. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make me any less of a creative or a producer, right? But I'm not trying to play Stevie Wonder's chord progressions.
Right.
Where he played it with technology. I'm trying to play my own chord progressions. You know what I'm saying? So if you're using the technology to be that much more innovative, that much more of an individual thing, I don't have any issue with that.
All right, so Smartz, I gotta play this for you. Just because I told you I said it, I literally did this. Look.
You got this fantasy in your head about getting out of the life and setting that other world on its ear. What the fuck are you gonna do except hustle?
This is just how I felt.
I be hearing echoes from the crack era, black terror. By any means, we out to stack cheddar, straight off the block. Never stop grinding, pop shining, not the necklace. But still I'm reckless. When it comes to this, I am a specialist. You get smacked for lack of etiquette. You should never spit. I'm mad they let you niggas buy mics. Just go ahead and quit. What you call gangster, we call goofy. You just a derelict. It's relative, cause most of the shit y'all talk is repetitive. So negative, it put me to sleep like popping a sedative. It's corny cause I said it is. No subliminal messages. Point blank in the story, raw, uncut with no editing.
Okay, so literally, that's just my vibe this morning. That was just my vibe this morning. Not that I'm making a record and I'm doing a song and overthinking it. I am an artist and I make music. So that was just my thought process. Like, that's just how I felt in the moment. So I had to share that with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we kicking this with Smartz from the Multiverse studio, the usual suspect production. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And what I didn't tell you, now here go the part that I didn't tell you. was in order to win your plug at the end of the interview, you got to pass the lightning round. That's what we got coming up next with Smartz. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the Urban Conservative.
Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
Do you like NASCAR? Do you like a tribe called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Country illegally cast a ballot, it takes the power of your vote away. Visit onlycitizens.vote to find out how you can contact your legislature and get them to pass a citizens-only voting amendment. Again, visit onlycitizens.vote and defend your right to vote.
We might have lost Architect, y'all. We gotta wait for him to get back. You there, bro? Okay.
I told you I got this new router today, and then I
Yeah.
just like reconnecting. I'm like, really? During a live show, this is what we doing right now. This is how. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. We still here on the Urban Conservative. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all get in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, so we can give you a shout out. So, like I said, I didn't tell you this at the beginning of the show, but in order to win your plug, you got to get through that. You got to get through the lightning round. This is your first time on the show. But before we do that, I have one other question, and I wrote it down. I made a note of it because that's just sometimes what you got to do. You got to make notes. So I made a note of this question. Let me see. Where did it go? Where did my notepad go? Oh, here we go. Notepad. Here we go. So there's a you mentioned the studios in Jersey, and so there's a lot going on in Jersey. We'll call it that way. And this is something that I think folks, I appreciate your answer to this the other day when I said to you, yo, the studio's where? In East Orange? And you was like, nah, it ain't like that. So talk a little bit about the environment that you create over at the Multiverse studio and the events. For those that may have a concern about East Orange, and we know, what's going on in the
Yeah.
street. Yeah. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, there's every building or every window that you see, there's people that live there. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that get up, they go to work, and they come home and they take care of their family and take care of their kids and everything. And I know a lot of people sometimes are concerned about safety, and they have this thing about the area. But what we are, we're mature, we don't involve certain elements. We don't allow everyone in to our studio. We have our own parking. We have a private entrance. We're good with the city. We have security, and we just make sure that we create an environment that the community is like, oh yeah, that's just those guys over there. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I just stay out of the way, man. You have to, in order to come into my inner circle and to be in my partners and the like-minded people that I'm around, you just gotta fall in line or be kept on the outside. But it's not like we're keeping you out. You're kind of like keeping yourself out. Like those things happen everywhere we go, but where we are, it's not like that. And we have artists that are young and old. Like it's not, I'm older, compared to a lot of the artists that's out there now. It doesn't matter what type of music you do. You can come to Multiverse Studio on Fridays, open mic, or you can come and talk to us, and you can come do your content, etc., etc. It's a safe. We create a safe environment. We create a network and a word of mouth, you know, uh, environment. Like it's that, and that's just the way it is. Like things happen. People have their own things going on, and you can come to Multiverse Studio and just leave all of that where it is and express yourself. And you can just come and say whatever it is that you need to say if you feel like you need to be heard. And that's the kind of environment that we cultivate. We work with, musicians, promoters, different creatives that can, I got something for you. Give these guys a call. Come over here. And when they come, it's when you see the building, you would not know what was inside of the building. Like we're discreet, we're low key. You know what I'm saying? You see the building, it's like almost a speakeasy. It's like when you walk through the door, it's like I didn't know all this was here. And I say, yeah, we've been here for years. And they'd be like, really? And
That's dope. That's dope. That's how it's supposed to be. I like that vibe, and I wanted to make sure to get that out there because the news oversaturates the violence and the whatever that is, and people need environments that you guys are creating out there. Like you said, these younger artists, the older artists in general, musicians. There has to be these places that these are like cultural, artistic hubs in the community. You know what I mean? So we appreciate and salute y'all for that. So before we get up out of here, like I said, we got this lightning round that we got to go through. All you got to do is answer these questions to the best of your ability, and you win your 30-second plug at the end of the show. Take as much time as you need. All right, here we go. Boombox or turntable?
Ooh, turntable.
Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac.
Graffiti or breakdancing? Which element fascinates you the most?
Breakdancing.
Okay. Vinyl or digital? How would you prefer to listen to your favorite album? Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Beats by Dr. Dre or Sony headphones?
Beats by Dre.
Old school or new school? Meaning, do you prefer the classic hip hop tracks or the latest music?
I'm gonna go classic.
Okay. Cypher or freestyle battle? Which form of hip hop expression would you? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Gold chains or diamond grills?
Diamond grills.
Okay. So these are your answers. Mixtape or album?
Mixtape.
Which aspect of the culture do you think has a bigger impact on society? Hip hop fashion or hip hop lyrics?
Hip hop fashion.
Ding, 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 ding. Smartz, you've won the lightning round. The floor is yours, brother. Take as much time as you need to take. Let the people know how they can support you, what you got coming up next, upcoming events. The floor is yours, brother.
I like that. Thank you very much. I just want to say East Orange, New Jersey, the Multiverse Studio. Just add us at the Multiverse Studio on Instagram. You can DM us if you're an artist and you're coming in town, or if you're in the area, you need something to do on a Friday night, and you want to be a featured artist. Just add us at the Multiverse Studio on Instagram. DM us, and then we can set you up for a Friday date. We have live instruments, live band. They can play everything. You can follow me on Twitter at Smartz World on all platforms. And if you're an artist and you need music, just you can hit me up, or you can hit the at Usual Suspects production page, and we'll invite you out to the studio, and you can listen to some music. I may even do a live stream or a private live stream and just go through my collection of music and just play beats live and then make y'all bid or auction off on them or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of way my idea is going, but we don't do YouTube. I'm sorry. That's pretty much it. I just want to, like I just kind of want to leave it light. Shout out to my at Pigeons in New York family. We do make music and we put music on the blockchain. And I do want to speak to that. So if you're an artist and you want to stream, and you think getting numbers on the streams is the way to feed your family, you're mistaken. You have to bring your music to the blockchain. It's open season on the blockchain. I literally work with an artist. We put out us a record in 40 or 50 copies of a record, and we generated over almost $2,000 in like 2 days. You know what I'm saying, in sales. And it's like, it takes so many streams and replays for an artist to make that much money, when you can come over to the blockchain and build a community and a culture of your own, and you can express yourself with your art visually, and then you can connect directly to your fans. You could take the middleman out. So I've been working on that in the past couple of years, and it's been working really good. So big shout out to my partner Jim Hernandez, and that's what I'm wearing, the hat, the Pigeons in New York. We have an amazing community. We have over 15 or 1,600 members. We do events around the country, and we put artists on stages around the country, and we do we have a platform, and that's all I can say. So you want some music? Holla at us. If you want to learn how to build your own music platform and get and go directly to the customer, and not worry about the corporate and all that other stuff that happens in the middle, when you have all control, you can work with us. That's what entrepreneurship is. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Absolutely. My pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. You've been here on the Urban Conservative. And like the brother said, head over to Multiverse Studio on Instagram. Make sure to check out the Usual Suspects Production. That's production with no S on Instagram. For my twin brother, Dual Ali, I'm Raheem Architect Soto. This has been the Urban Conservative Podcast. Thank you, Smartz, for coming on the platform on a Memorial Day. And once again, to all of the memorial families, to all of the families of those in our armed services, we appreciate you. We applaud you. Thank you for your service. You are not forgotten. We out here. We'll see y'all next Monday. Make sure y'all here for top of the morning tomorrow. Peace and love to the family.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Stick around. We're going to kick it after the show. Stick around.
Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com.